Aparshati Khurana plays the role of an AI assistant in the movie Control, offering the role of a friend. And as a radio presenter myself, it occurred to me that he's pretty much playing us. We are also talking to millions of strangers, especially when they're feeling lonely, except the only difference is that we are not as manipulative or as intrusive as this character of AI assistant in the movie Control. Hi, my name is Lokesh. I'm a radio presenter here in Dubai, and once in a while I pop up on your screen sharing my views and opinions on a bunch of things. Like, for example, today we'll be talking about Vikram Aditya Motwani's film called Control. Control is about this YouTube couple making a living for themselves on the platform by documenting each and every step of their love life. They have millions and millions of followers, except on their 5th anniversary, one of them is found cheating on the other. Their confrontation scene also plays out on a YouTube live stream, and things get really messy. Brands pull out, trolls gain momentum, and things go really, really wrong. It is at this point in time the character of Nella, played by Ananya Pande, seeks the assistance of an AI assistant played by Aparshati Khurana, asking him to purge all memories of her partner. Except the partner just doesn't miss from the videos and the pictures. He actually goes missing IRL in real life as well. And that's when the film takes a very unique, very dark Black Mirror turn. Control is simple, brilliant writing, very cleverly layering the whole concern of the internet intruding into our lives against the backdrop of a young romantic couple. The film was shot in 16 days and post-production took almost 60 months, and you clearly see why, because there are so many visual effects and graphics and sound effects that are used in this particular film. In fact, large sequences play out where just the visuals and text appear on the screen. There's no voiceover, there are no dialogues, and you really have to concentrate and understand what is happening in the film. The best thing is that the film never underestimates your intelligence, tries to spoon feed you or explain to you the plot of the film, but it gives you enough material and time to understand what is unfolding on screen. The idea of the film is how all these big portals and websites control our lives. The moment we log into their websites, we kind of lose control and we lose freedom, and how they manipulate us into buying things online and the other very, very dangerous side effects. So things do get obtuse, and I think the writers were kind of aware of it, and that's the reason they have a scene, a full-fledged scene in the second half of the film that features Joe Mascarenhas, who is the main hero of the film, played by Vihaan Samat. And he goes on to explain the entire plot of the film in a very, very cleverly written scene. This scene pretty much is the crux of the film. It talks about how all these big portals can take our data and use that data against us. I had to give the credit to the writers, Vikram Aditya Motwani, Avinash Sampath, and Sumukhi Suresh, because they could almost foresee all the questions that would pop in your head while watching this particular scene. For example, when I was watching this scene, I would be like, what's the worst that can happen? That they're going to suggest a couple of brands online while I'm scrolling on Instagram, right? And they go on to say that that's not the worst. The worst is that they can use deep fake voices, deep fake faces. They can actually plant your face and plant your voice at a crime scene which you were never even a part of. And then I thought that, it won't really happen to me, right? It doesn't really happen to everyone. And they actually go on to explain as to how it can happen to anyone, of course, within the context of the film. The scene not only works in great writing, but also a compelling performance by Vihaan Sampath. Sampath nahi hai, Samat hai. A good scene also works when it is enacted well. Vihaan Samat feels the fears and frustrations of Joe Mascarenhas. He's pretty much on the verge of dying before recording this video, and he expresses those fears really, really well. Besides explaining the plot of the film, besides explaining what is at stake and how all these giant portals can control your lives on the internet, he gives a fantastic performance not only in this film but the entire movie as well. And speaking of performances, Ananya Pande shines in this movie. This is by far one of her best performances. I feel actresses these days, be it Janhvi Kapoor or Ananya Pande, they struggle with their dialogue delivery. They've been criticized multiple times for their dialogue delivery, right? In fact, Ananya Pande has a very, how do I say this, sing-song way of speaking, especially in her interviews. But you don't really get to see that in this movie. She owns the character of Nella. It's a very, very complex character. She understands her frustrations really well, and she delivers those lines very, very convincingly. One of her best performances so far. My only grouch was the length of the film. Sequences of taking revenge on a cheating partner and putting it on social media. All these sequences were painfully long. Also, there were a couple of songs that were inserted, underlining a few things that they could have done away with. To sum up, Control is not really saying anything new that we haven't really seen before. In fact, Netflix Pay, there are so many series and movies that are available that talk about similar issues and similar topics. Black Mirror, so many episodes that we have watched, right? The documentary, The Social Dilemma, once again on Netflix, talks about how the internet can be so intrusive and invasive in our lives. But the film is definitely a happy and a gentle reminder about how dangerous and difficult it can get, and also just be like cautious and watchful. And it made me realize about my internet experience, my online existence, and of course my screen time as well. The best thing about the film is that it doesn't really offer you any solutions. It raises questions, disturbing questions as to what you must do, especially when you're living your life on the internet. The last scene where Nella confronts Joe as an AI assistant on her laptop screen just breaks my heart. It is a fantastic film. If you haven't really watched Vikram Aditya Motwani's Control, make sure that you do it. It's available on Amazon Prime. Also, if you like the content that I'm creating, please subscribe to my channel. I need more subscribers. I'm hardly about 1200 subscribers. Please give me some subscription. Subscribe to my channel and of course like this video and share it with your friends and family. Bye.